Alright. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Q&A live stream. This is episode 10, so this is the series where I answer 100 of your guys' anime questions or questions about whatever you want to ask me. This is episode 10, so after the end of this live stream, we'll have answered 1,000 questions. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for watching the playback. I appreciate y'all. And, yeah, we'll let people trickle in and we'll get started. Remember, as always, if you're watching the playback and this is your first time joining, it is first come, first serve, so it's the first 100 questions that are asked. And as always, super chats and members take priority. So if you want to guarantee your question is answered, that's the best way to do it. Oh, I am tired. Let's see here. Armand Deep, what's good, fam? What's good? Always the first in stream. Always the first. You're late, bro. You're always the first one here. How are you late, man? You're not late. You're always the first person on stream. I feel like it's you and Thunderstrikes that are always the first one. Amin, what's good, fam? Proves my internet addiction. Fair enough. I think we all have one of those. Gamer123, what's good? It's been a long while since I dropped. Fair enough, fair enough. Welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing today? I hope y'all are doing good. Y'all are doing good on this fine... Well, for me it's morning. I don't know what time it is for you, but it's morning for me. Which reminds me, I gotta change the time on my laptop because I forgot about the time change. Did you hear about the news about Akira Toriyama? Of course I did. I made a whole 15-minute video about it. So if you haven't already watched that, go check that out after the stream. You know, Toriyama Sensei has drastically impacted my life, and it's incredibly sad about his passing. Especially how scary the cause is of his passing, because it's extremely sudden, and theoretically could happen to anyone, and it's just kind of scary. But again, I said it many times in the video I made about it, but rest in peace to the greatest mangaka of all time, and may he continue watching over us in Otherworld, and we will carry on his legacy for many generations to come. And that is question 1, by the way. Question 2, you caught up to One Piece? Of course. I've always, not always, but yeah, I'm caught up in both. Well, I don't really watch the anime very often. I'll watch the fights, but I am caught up in the manga. So yes. Question 3, the last time I was really, or IRC was saying Naruto or something 1,000 times, reset after donating. I did that a couple times, but it has been a while since I've done that. So fair enough, I'm in. Appreciate you coming through. Spoiler alert. Tomorrow, I believe tomorrow, I'm going to try to do it tomorrow. I'm going to say One Piece 600 times, and I will, every dollar donated in the chat is going to increase the number by 100 for every dollar. Because, another spoiler alert, I'm releasing the compilation of the One Piece memes today. So, 600 funny One Piece memes should be released today. Expenser, what's good, fam? Question 4. A spicy, underrated romance manga recommendation. I haven't really read many romance manga. Beside the most recent quote unquote I wouldn't even count it as a romance. Oshinoko I would not really count as a romance manga. Because I only really recently got into reading manga and catching up with manga like last year. Other than that, I was watching anime. So if you want a spicy romance anime that also most likely has a manga, there's things like High School DxD. There is what else is there? I'm trying to remember. That's because I can think of romance manga, but it's hard to think of spicy. I mean, My Dress Up Darling. That's also kind of spicy, you know. Question 5. Any new anime this season that you like? I'm not really watching anything, honestly. Like I said, I've just been reading manga currently. If I need to catch up to a currently airing anime, I'll end up just reading the manga just because it's faster. Because obviously, my channel is kind of time sensitive to certain things. And so I'm currently reading One Piece, JJK, Baki. Um, what else am I keeping up with? I was reading Dragon Ball Super. Rest in peace again to the goat. Boruto. I feel like I'm forgetting something. One Punch Man. I'm also reading One Punch Man. I do plan on reading Frieren soon, and I know that's currently airing, so I do plan on reading that soon. That has caught my attention. Question 6. How many anime/manga have you watched or read? Altogether, over 300. I lost track. But I know it's at least over 300. To be honest, it could be rearing its head on 400 by now. Because I feel like I've been saying over 300 for a while. For like the past year. And obviously I've watched/read many more things since then. So it's anywhere between 300 and 400. Question 7. Do you read doujinshi? I have. I don't like dedicate a lot of time to doing it, but I have. I've read a lot, mainly Naruto. I've read a lot of Naruto. I've read a lot of Food Wars. I've read a lot of One Piece. You know, Dragon Ball. Question 8. Uh, a story about smoking behind convenience store kind of chill. Have not read that or even heard of that, but sounds very what's the word I'm looking for? Slice of life. Sounds very slice of life. Solanki, what's good, fam? How is Blick? Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. IDK the best. What's good, fam? What's good? What's good? Question 8. Then what is the manga that has the most exciting cliffhanger that you hate? That I hate? I don't know, because I like cliffhangers, honestly. If you're talking about which one has me on the edge of my seat currently, that I'm currently reading, it's One Piece. One Piece currently has the best cliffhanger. If you know, you know. Some things are about to get revealed, if you know what I mean. And some very unsavory characters are showing up also. Question 9. How many times do you use incognito mode a week? None. I don't use incognito mode, Chief. Gotta admit, don't use it. Question 10. If I try to recommend any manga, how likely will you drop it? I'm not gonna lie, there is a likely chance. What do you mean by drop it? Because there is a very unlikely chance I will read it, and this is not any sort of hate to you. It's just I have so many manga that I have to read already because I have to try and keep up with the top airing series for my channel. I'm literally reading like 5 or 6 manga currently at the moment, and I plan on reading the entirety of Frieren very soon. So, but when I start a manga, I don't drop it. If I start a manga, I will completely catch up with it. No matter how bad it is, Dr. Stone, I will completely catch up to it. Question, 10? Did you read Vagabond or Berserk? I have not, unfortunately. I do know about how legendary they are, but I currently have not read them. Eventually I will, though. I will eventually read both of those. Question 11. Have you watched Granblue, and if you had watched it, then how do you rate it? I have not watched Granblue, unfortunately. I have heard it's good, but I have not watched it. Question 11, I think. Who is Luffy's mother? It's Crocodile, let's be honest. Come on, guys. Have you not seen the thumbnail of my most recent video? If you haven't, go look at the thumbnail of my most recent video and you'll understand. Because I don't blame Dragon if that's Crocodile, I don't blame Dragon whatsoever. Question 12. Have you seen MHA? Yes. I am not caught up with the manga. I've watched up through like season 3, and then beyond that, I have heard of what's happening in the manga, so I do know some things that happened in the manga, but I don't know everything because I haven't fully caught up. I am probably going to be catching up with the manga eventually. When the new season of MHA comes out, I will catch up with the manga. Question 12. Well, I have a lot of manga on my hands to read. Very hard to catch up to manga if they don't have consistent flow of story. That's very true. That's why I binge read one specific manga. So I have like the main, like obviously top shonen things: One Punch Man, Boruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball Super, Baki, JJK. I keep up with those on a week-to-week basis, but outside of that, I will usually just try and binge read a manga all at once. And then if it's not finished, I kind of will just leave it there until the next season of the anime comes out, and then I will binge read and catch up to it again. Which is why I have read all of Dr. Stone, but like for example, Oshinoko, I have not like obviously kept up with that. I read up to where it was whenever the anime was airing, which is obviously way past the anime. I basically got to when they started making the movie, and yeah. But that's usually how I go about it. Question 14. Who do you like more, Bulma from Dragon Ball Super or Nico Robin? Probably Robin. I probably prefer Robin. Question 15. Granblue is chaotic. SOL, not the best to watch if you're searching serious series. I don't care if the series is serious. I just care if it's entertaining. You know what I mean? Because I watch and slash read a lot of series that aren't serious and are just more and comedic and entertainment. But question 15. Question 15. I think Luffy's mother is is from Amazon Lily for sure. Possibly. It could be. I'd be willing to bet Luffy's mother is probably not actually. All jokes aside, I don't think Luffy's mother is alive anymore. Hence why Garp had Luffy initially when he was a child. I don't I also think it may or may not play a factor in why Dragon became the way he is, but I'm not entirely sure. Question 16. Question 16. What curse technique do you prefer to have? Curse technique. I feel like Infinity would be pretty cool. Infinity would be pretty cool. Not entirely sure. I'd probably say Infinity. Or, I don't ever remember the name of it, but, what's his name? Um, I can't remember his name right now. The Giga Chad from the other high school. Uh, Luffy's brother. I can't remember his name right now. I want to call him Toji, but it's not. Obviously, it's not Toji. But his curse technique, the clapping, switching places thing, that's pretty boss too. So either Infinity or that one. Question 17. Imagine Boa as Luffy's mom. That would be a bit odd, especially between the ages. That'd be a bit concerning. Because yes, I know Boa's older than Luffy, but if you do the math, that would be very, very concerning. Question 18, right? Watch season 1 of Oshinoko. Should I start the manga? I would. Yeah, Oshinoko is a really, really good manga, honestly. Question 19. Thoughts of JJK ending? I mean, everything has to come to an end eventually. I'm just curious how they're going to do it. I am enjoying the manga currently, but at the same time, I feel like it is feeling a bit dragged out, if you know what I mean. Because if you haven't seen the spoilers already, then I don't know, you must live under a rock. But if you do know, I'm not going to try and spoil everything. But obviously, you probably know that they are fighting Sukuna right now. And it really feels drawn out in the sense that every single person that has faced Sukuna, it's like, it comes with the extra trope that, oh, Sukuna's still not serious about this. He hasn't been serious about any fight, apparently. He's fought like 5, 6, 7 people, and every single time, he's still not serious. That's getting very repetitive, I'm not gonna lie. Question 19, I think. Sorry I'm late. I had to pick up my nephew. He'll be staying with me, and he's watching your stream too. Hey, appreciate you, Natasha, and shouts out to your nephew. Shouts out to the nephew. Question 19. What is the most amount of chapters of manga you have read in a day? I don't know. I feel like on average, if I am reading a manga, I'll typically read 80 chapters in a day. Between 40 and 80 chapters on average if I am reading one. So probably something around there, 40 to 80. Question question 20. Will Skibidi Toilet be in one? In one what? In One Piece? I'm assuming you're asking. Will Skibidi Toilet be in One Piece? Maybe. Oda does like to put in memes sometimes, so I mean, you never know. Skibidi Toilet could appear. Question 21. Do you watch webtoons? Not really. I mean, theoretically, Solo Leveling was a webtoon initially, and I did read all of Solo Leveling when it was still a manhwa, so kind of, I guess, but not really. Question 21. Get Gojo 6 eyes plus infinity to get Sukuna. or get Sukuna Cleave plus Maharaga Adapt. I mean, they're both the most overpowered curse techniques, but I feel like Cleave is kind of like, because I like to think if I were to get superpowers, I like to think of them in a real life scenario. And I can't think of a real life scenario where I would need Cleave. Like, I don't see any reason to just be chopping people in half. So, Infinity, the reason I would choose Infinity is because my headcanon is like, oh, I can just become a boxer. And then I'll just make a shiz ton of money from boxing because no one could actually hit me. It'd be kind of funny. So I would probably choose 6 eyes plus Infinity. Boogie Woogie, thank you. That's the Toto. I knew it started with a T. I'm like, it's not Toji, but it's something similar. But yes, Boogie Woogie. That's another curse technique that would be pretty cool. Although pulling it off without people noticing probably wouldn't be very viable. So again, I'd probably just choose Infinity. Question 22. Where would you live AOT before Walls, Fire Force before Amaterasu, or JJK before Sorcerers? Huh. Well, I mean, AOT before Walls was still pretty bad because it was pretty much just an incredibly war-driven era, so that would be awful. Fire Force before Amaterasu wouldn't be. That would still be pretty bad because people. Well, actually, you're saying before Amaterasu, so that would be before people just spontaneously combust, right? That wouldn't be great. I probably would choose I probably would choose JJK before Sorcerers because that's just standard Japan, is it not? So probably that. Um, Question 23. Ever think how Madara used Susanoo without eyes? Well, I mean, it's because you don't. Once you've unlocked Susanoo, you can use it without eyes. It's the same thing as I know it's not technically canon, I don't believe, but they had Shisui do the same thing where he could use Susanoo with only one eye. So it's kind of just been established that he can do it. Hence why I still stand by. Obviously, Sasuke could use Susanoo also, even though he only has one eye. Question 24. Currently watching Naruto, don't spoil it for me. Fair enough, fair enough. It's kind of hard to spoil Naruto without going onto a whole rant, because there's a lot. Question 24, craziest anime ending. Craziest anime ending. Ooh. Part of me wants to say Attack on Titan. It's hard because I feel like most anime don't really have like crazy wild endings. Usually most of them are pretty quote unquote happy endings. If you mean wild in the sense that it doesn't have to be good, then Dr. Stone is pretty up there as far as if you read the manga. I'm not gonna lie, I think the ending to Dr. Stone is trash. I think it's a very, very bad ending, in my opinion, but that's just me. Question 25. Are you the strongest because you are Satoru Gojo, or are you Satoru Gojo because you are the strongest? Are you the strong? Obviously, I know the saying, but I'm trying to think of how I would answer that. Are you the strongest because you're Satoru Gojo? I think it's the latter. I think it's Satoru Gojo because you are the strongest. Because Satoru Gojo wouldn't be anything if he wasn't the strongest. You know what I mean? He would just be a normal sorcerer if he wasn't the strongest. So, question 26. Would you rather get spoiled about what is the One Piece or never be able to watch any anime for 1 year straight? I'd rather get spoiled for One Piece because I personally don't care about spoilers. I usually end up spoiling myself. So I don't, and that's why I typically end up wanting to read mangas of certain things because I don't like waiting. So I'd rather just get spoiled. I can't choose the. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Wait. When it comes to watching anime, can I still read manga? Because if I can't read manga, if it's just anime, but I can still read manga, I'll choose that because I typically, man, what is going on outside my house? Got the whole fire department driving down the road, apparently. Damn. But yeah, if I can still read manga, then I'll choose that one because I typically don't really watch much anime anymore anyway. I kind of just read manga now. But if manga is out of the picture, then I'm choosing One Piece. Question what? Where am I at? Question 27, I think. Question 27. Bleach or Hunter x Hunter? I personally prefer Bleach. Question 28. But you can fight in a war by using Sukuna Cleave and Maharaga Adaptation, and you can never die because of the adaptation. You can solo every country, but yeah, but why? I'm personally a person that thinks war is pointless. I'm very much more a pacifist. I don't think war solves really anything. I do think in society war is inevitable, just because of how humans are as a species. But I personally don't think it really solves much. So, and I personally wouldn't want to be in a war in the first place, so I have no use for it. That's why I would choose Infinity, because then again, I would just be a boxer, and then I just make a shiz ton of money. I'll go fight Jake Paul or something. Question 28. What 3 fruits do you want in One Piece? Mine is Venom, Light, and Quake. I would choose the Warp fruit because I can just teleport. Then I would choose the Light fruit probably. And then after that, again, like I said, I try to choose real life scenarios. So, I would consider having the flame fruit just because of the fact that then I would maybe just start doing like what's it called, like those extreme survival YouTube videos. But then obviously it wouldn't be as extreme or hard just because I could create a fire whenever I felt like it. And so I would do something like that maybe. So one of those 3 fruits is what I would probably choose. Question 30. You get to see what the One Piece is, but the One Piece ends for everyone. Do you take it? No. No. I'm perfectly fine waiting for the one to find out what the One Piece is. Question 31. Would you ever need the Quake fruit? Yeah. What would you need the Quake fruit? I agree. I see no real life use for the Quake fruit. And unless you're trying to cause natural disasters, I don't really see the point in having it in real life. Now, if it was like a warring era or something, or if you were in the One Piece world, then sure. But in real life, there's literally no use for it. If you want to experience earthquakes, just go to Japan. Unfortunately, they have earthquakes like every other week. Question 30, 32? Bleach is underrated. True, I agree with that. Question 32. If you have a choice to delete any anime from the internet forever and never see that anime again, options being Dragon Ball Z, all series, or One Piece. So I have to choose between the two. I'm sorry to say I would choose One Piece. Dragon Ball Z has always been my favorite series of all time. And especially, obviously, paying homage to the great Toriyama sensei. And the funny thing is, I would be willing to bet that Oda would say the same exact answer. If he had to delete his entire series or delete Dragon Ball, he would choose to delete his series. Because one of Oda's mentors was Toriyama, and he grew up with Dragon Ball. I feel like anyone who grew up watching Dragon Ball is always going to choose to keep Dragon Ball forever. Question, 33, right? Question 33, most memorable plot twist. Ooh, honestly, I feel like most people think Attack on Titan initially, but for me, before Attack on Titan, I would say most memorable plot twist for me was when you found out Aizen was alive in Bleach. That was a pretty massive plot twist. Um, Either that or when you found out who Obito was, like who Toby was. Because that was like the big thing when Naruto was still running. Question 34. And yes, of course, Natasha. I made a whole 15-minute video on Akira Toriyama. Rest in peace to the greatest mangaka of all time. That's why, yeah. If you guys haven't watched it, because that's like the second or third time someone's mentioned that in the chat. So yeah, if you haven't already, go check out my Akira Toriyama video after the stream ends. It's not monetized or anything. I just wanted to pay homage to the legend. I wanted to give my thoughts on the situation, how he drastically impacted my life. Question 35. Dr. Stone was a disappointment. True. The manga of Dr. Stone was a disappointment. It was very, very, very good until the ending, in my opinion. I think it was phenomenal until how they decided to make the ending. Basically, if you don't know, I'm not going to try and spoil it, but what I'm referring to is the reason why everyone turned to stone. I thought was extremely stupid. Question 36. Best waifu? Rias Gremory from High School DxD. Question 37, I think. Why don't you upload Bleach memes? I will be uploading Bleach memes when the new season drops. When the new season drops, because unfortunately, the way I have to run my channel is I have to try and keep up with the most popular airing shows. And yes, I know there was a recent Bleach season, but surprisingly wasn't popular enough for me to warrant uploading Bleach memes. But I will eventually do it. I'm just backed up, honestly. Currently in the queue right now, in order to pay homage to the GOAT, and because we may or may not get a new series of Dragon Ball, I am uploading Dragon Ball memes starting tomorrow. I do know we are getting Dragon Ball Daima, though. And that is the last work of Akira Toriyama, unfortunately. Rest in peace again. But obviously, I am going to be uploading Dragon Ball memes starting tomorrow. Then after Dragon Ball memes, back by popular demand on my channel, I will be uploading Demon Slayer memes, then more solo leveling memes, and then it's going to be Frieren memes, then Naruto memes, and so on and so forth. So I am very, very backed up on what series I have to upload memes for. Question 38. If Mihawk and Ichigo were to fight, who would win? Most likely Ichigo. Ichigo is extreme. Bleach characters in general are like really, really overpowered, and pretty much every Bleach character beats characters from One Piece for the most part. Question 39. My nephew asks, is Dragon Ball ending because if you know he's a friend and says it is ending, but didn't tell him why, don't break his heart, he's only 8. Well, theoretically, even then, no, Dragon Ball is not ending. So I have faith in the sense of, obviously we are getting Dragon Ball Daima, and as far as Dragon Ball is as a series, again, I don't want to break his heart in the sense that no, I wouldn't even say, I don't even know necessarily if Dragon Ball Super is ending, because a lot of people may not know this, but I don't know if it's just the illustrations or if it's the story writing too. But I think Dragon Ball Super isn't even fully written by Toriyama. I believe there's another person named Toyotaro. I always forget how to pronounce it. Uh, Toyotaro, I think. I'm pretty sure that he writes Dragon Ball Super. I could be wrong on that. I do know he plays a massive hand in Dragon Ball Super. So with that being said, I think Dragon Ball Super may continue as far as it goes for the story. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Question 40. Rate Tony Chopper from 1 to 10. 12. Question 41. Russia versus Krillin. Krillin probably wins that one, because Krillin's at least multi-planetary level, let's be honest here. Question 41. Ichigo can even destroy a dimension. Exactly. Question 41. Have you watched Komi Can't Communicate? If you have, what do you think about it? Because I dropped it on episode 2 since I thought it was boring. Agreed. I have watched, I actually think I agree. I think I watched 2, maybe more, maybe a couple of, I definitely didn't finish the series, but I did watch a couple episodes, and I agree. I thought it was boring. Like, comparing it to the other quote-unquote, like, slice-of-life romance anime, in comparison, like, things like My Dress-Up Darling, Kaguya-sama Love is War, Nagatoro, I thought Komi was boring in comparison. Even Shikamori-san, I personally thought was more entertaining than Komi. And I don't think Komi is bad. It doesn't do anything wrong. I personally thought it was boring. Question. Where are we at? Question 44, right? Question 44. Have you watched Summertime Rendering anime? I have not, but I have heard it's good. But I have not watched it. Question 45. Favorite One Piece character except the Yonko, Straw Hats, and Warlords? Ooh. Outside of the Straw Hats, Yonko, you just erased like half the characters. But, let's see here. I mean, I like Marco. Marco's pretty cool. So off the top of my head, out of that, I'd probably say Marco. I also like Rayleigh too. And Garp. Question 45, right? I watched Overflow and I'm mentally scared. I should have listened. Well, if you're Natasha, if you're scarred by Overflow, then yeah, I wouldn't recommend. I'm trying to keep it family friendly, PG-13 here, but I would say, as far as the genre Overflow comes from, Overflow is extremely tame in comparison to most things from that genre. So, yeah. Question 46, rank the big three. Personally, as far as story, I personally like Naruto more, but with that being said, if we're basing it off of story writing, I would say it's One Piece, Naruto, Bleach. Question 46, I think. I'm bad at keeping track. Question 46, who do you think is stronger, Luffy or Naruto? Luffy. Question 47, you can bring back, Toriyama, but only for a day, but it deletes the big three. I wouldn't think Toriyama would want that, honestly. Especially if it was only for a day. Now, if it was bring Toriyama back forever, then I would delete the big three. And I think all of the authors of the big three would agree with that too. Just because of the fact that they were all personally friends with Toriyama, and Toriyama inspired the big three. So the big three only exists because of Toriyama. Question 48. Who is Luffy's dad? It's Crocodile, let's be honest. Come on, guys. Oh, wait, no. Who's Luffy's dad? I'm sorry. Luffy's mom is Crocodile. Luffy's dad is Dragon. Question 49. Is Garp really dead because we never see his body? No, I don't think Garp is dead. I think he is in captivity, if you know what I mean. I don't want to give manga spoilers because that's soon going to happen in the anime. But I will say I don't think Garp is dead. I think Garp is captured, but I don't think he's dead. Question 50, right? Who are the best three Straw Hat members? For me personally, it's Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro. To me personally. Question 51. I'm pretty sure I'm late to this, but appreciate you, Muntaha. I appreciate you coming through. Have a good day, bro. Also, what's good, Vibhas? What's good? What's good? Shivan, what's good? Nabil, what's good? All of y'all, welcome to the stream. Add One Piece memes when Egghead ends. Of course I will. The way I do it, usually when it comes to memes, is I will try and keep up with what's currently airing in the most recent season. And One Piece is literally airing in every season. So basically at the end of every anime season, I always will throw more One Piece memes in. So definitely will. It may be another month or two before I throw more One Piece memes on, because I'm rearing at the end of the One Piece memes that I'm currently doing. But in another month or two, more One Piece memes will come. My nephew Googled Akira Toriyama and he's crying. I have to leave. Sorry. I understand. Appreciate Natasha. Tell him things are going to be okay. Tell him things are going to be okay. Because again, legends never die. Legends never die. Because their legacy will always be carried on. Question 51. Should Zoro and Sanji be a couple? In certain circles, they are, but personally, no. Question 52. Most heartbreaking betrayal, Blackbeard or Geto? Probably Geto. Geto's somewhat makes sense, though. Blackbeard, we still don't fully know the reason, other than the fact that he's trash. So I feel like because there's more of a reasoning for it, Geto is more heartbreaking. Especially because we know them more personally. When it comes to Hatch, we really didn't know Hatch as a character. Question 50. Where am I at? I'm gonna say I'm at question 55, I guess. Question 55. I thought Monkey D. Dragon is not Luffy's father, and really Gold D. Rogers is going to reveal the father of Luffy in the upcoming plot, and real son of Dragon is Ace, and Garp switch their child. I don't think so. I don't see that being a thing. I could be wrong, but I really don't see that being a thing. Question. Let's see. Question 56. I'm back and he's on my lap and he stopped crying, kinda. He can get a little cheer. That's good. I mean, I'm glad he stopped crying. I mean, like I said, legends are never gone. His legacy will always be here, and Dragon Ball is gonna last for generations. Dragon Ball's gonna last for generations. It's gonna be all good, little man. It's gonna be all good. Question, where am I at? 56, sure. Question 56. Have you ever watched Assassination Classroom? It's pretty decent. I have. I have watched, a long, long time ago, I watched, Assassination Classroom, and I do agree, it is good. I do enjoy it. Question 57. Boa and Luffy or Nami and Luffy? Nami and Luffy, to me, makes more sense, but I don't think either is going to happen, personally. Although Boa and Luffy somewhat make sense in the sense if you look at Shaky and Rayleigh. If anyone from Amazon Lily catches love sickness, they usually end up with who they are. So both make sense, but I feel like Luffy and Nami theoretically makes more sense, but also at the same time, it's kind of more like a brother-sister relationship at the end of the day. Question 57. Who is the best Hashira? Personally, for me, it's Rengoku, but strongest Hashira is, man, I'm forgetting his name. The Stone Hashira. I'm forgetting his name right now, but, Gyomei. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, Moo. Question 58. Hunter x Hunter or Haikyuu? I think Hunter x Hunter is better, personally. Question 59. Have you ever watched Pokemon? Pokemon was the first anime I ever watched at the age of 4 years old. I first watched Pokemon 25 years ago. You think your message isn't reaching me? I have no idea. I can read that, Vidboss. Shout out to Vendang. Question 59. Nephew asks, what other anime characters has the smallest chance of escaping Impel Down? Smallest chance? There's a lot of characters that have a small chance. Most characters have a small chance of escaping Impel Down. And the reason anyone escaped Impel Down in the first place, honestly, the only reason Luffy and or Blackbeard escaped Impel Down was because the other also was there. So basically, I forget his name, but Poison Guy, the only reason either of them escaped is because he was distracted with one or the other. So, that's literally the only reason. If Blackbeard never showed up and or if Luffy never showed up and it was only one of them, both of them would have gotten smacked. Or if they showed up at different times, and what's-his-face wasn't distracted, both of them would have gotten smacked. Both of them would have died. Question 59, I think. I have a theory that Sogeking and Goldie Usopp are the same person. I mean, it is a possibility. It is a possibility. Question 60. Top 5 favorite anime characters. Gojo, Itachi, Sung Jin Woo, Goku, and OG Dragon Ball Z Broly. Question 60, I think. More emotional Usopp what's more emotional? Usopp betraying Luffy or Sanji betraying Luffy? Usopp betraying Luffy, probably. Because Sanji betraying Luffy, he had a very, very good reason because he was trying to protect Luffy, if you know what I mean. So I would say Usopp. Question 61. Bleach or Naruto? Personally, I prefer Naruto. And I don't know where your message is, Vipos. Couldn't tell you. Haven't seen it. Question 62. Thoughts on Dandadan trailer? I haven't seen it. Question 63. Oda confirmed that no Straw Hats are gonna date each other. Exactly. And Oda also somewhat confirmed the fact that he just doesn't like having romance at all. So there's a good chance Boa and Luffy might not end up together. Or if it does happen, it's gonna be like a OVA or something off screen. I don't think it's gonna happen in like the main canon of One Piece. Question 63. Is Robin's father, is it Monkey D. Dragon that makes Luffy her brother? I have heard that theory. I have heard the theory that Robin's father is Dragon. And it also would make sense to a certain degree in the sense of that's why Kuma sent, that would be why Kuma, or a reason why Kuma sent Robin to the Revolutionary Army. And also, hey, you never know. I have heard that theory. It could be a possibility. Question 64, I think. Pokemon was my first anime ever, and I watched it when I was 2. Fair. I watched it when I was 4, so relatable. Question 64. Would you rather save Rengoku or Itachi or Ace? Which one would I rather save? Probably Ace. And the reason why is because I like Itachi the most out of them. But Itachi came back with reanimation, and so he kind of did what he would do anyway if he were brought back. Because if he were theoretically brought back, he would just go to prison, unfortunately, in the Naruto verse if he were alive now today. Well, because his crimes theoretically are more drastic than Sasuke's were. So I think he would either. Well, then again, theoretically, so was Orochimaru. So I feel, yeah. In all honesty, if Itachi were alive, he would be very, very similar to Sasuke in the sense he would just be wandering around, doing secret missions for Konoha. But I don't think he would really show up very much, and he wouldn't be able to live in the village most likely, kind of similar to Orochimaru. If Rengoku were brought back, again, if you've read the manga, you'll know that him being brought back probably wouldn't impact the story very much. But Ace being brought back could impact the story. Probably a lot, actually, because if Ace were alive, that would mean Sabo wouldn't have the flame fruit. And it also would probably mean Whitebeard would probably still be alive too. So I don't know. It would, if Ace had survived, it would change the story drastically. Question 65, I think. Is it illegal to reveal a name on YouTube? My nephew asking what yours is. If you tell him, he'll tell you yours. No, it's not illegal. My name is Colin. I don't want to give my last name due to obviously privacy reasons, but it's not illegal. There are a lot of YouTubers out there that have literally their full first and last legal name as their channel name. A great example off the top of my head, Gary Vaynerchuk. That's his full name, and that's also his handle on literally everything. Or another example, the Paul brothers, or Mike Malak, or David Dobrik, Emma Chamberlain. So yeah, it's pretty common. It's definitely not illegal, but yes, my first name is Colin. Question 66. Who will win in a fight, Goku or Saitama? I hate saying this because of what has happened, but honestly, Saitama probably would win that fight. If you've read the manga, you'll know probably why I'm saying this, and it's not just because Saitama beats everything in one punch. It's not because of that. Because now that Saitama has feats that you can scale, and how Saitama is written as a character, it's not because he can beat things in one punch. It's because of how Saitama is written as a character, is why I would say Saitama. With that being said, if I were to word it as both of them fight currently as they are right now and cannot improve at all during the fight, I would say Goku absolutely destroys Saitama. But it is written into Saitama's character that most likely he probably would win. With that being said, I definitely still prefer Goku as a character. Question 66, I think. Naruto or Itachi or Sasuke? I like Itachi the most out of all of them. Question 67, I think. What is the relationship... Where'd it go? What is the relationship between Roxy, Zebek, and Blackbeard? People theorize that Blackbeard is Zebek's son, but I'm not entirely sure. People do theorize that. Question 68, Robin, Nami, or Hancock? I personally prefer Nami. Question 69, are all D members related? I don't think so, because theoretically I feel like it's a middle name, so I don't think they're related. But I feel as though it just happens to be coincidence that they get the middle name D, and it is like kind of like lore that I feel like anyone with the middle name of D in their name is going to impact history greatly. So, question 70. When does Luffy have golden hair in Gear 5? He doesn't. I'm pretty sure, if you're referring to my thumbnail, I'm pretty sure that was just a, like, fan image. Because that image, I'm pretty sure, was the fan headcanon before Gear 5 was actually animated in the anime. People saw it in the manga and kind of just assumed he had gold hair. Question 71. Who is better, Deku or Bakugo? I personally like Bakugo more, but theoretically, who's stronger? Deku, by far. Question 71, I think. Fave filler arc of all time. Favorite filler arc in any anime? I mean, off the top of my head, probably gotta go G8. G8 went hard. Question... Although the filler arcs in Bleach also go pretty hard too, not gonna lie. Question, I'm messaging in part now. Please check. I'm very confused. Oh, please check out RG Bucket List on YouTube, God Level Animator. I'll probably check it out at some point. Where am I at? Question 73, sure. Your videos are damn good. I've watched every single one of them. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Animatard. Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate all the love. Question, what, again, 73. My nephew disagrees on Dragon Ball Z, Broly, and Sung Jin Woo. He likes Luffy and Broly to be in your top 5. Oh, as in that you, like, replace Broly with Luffy in my top 5? Fair enough. The reason I say Dragon Ball Z Broly, and it's because he's definitely too young to understand this, but back when I was your age, nephew, back when I was your age, that's when I first saw Dragon Ball Z Broly. Sung Jin-woo didn't exist. Luffy did exist. But that when I first saw Dragon Ball Z Broly when I was your age, I thought he was the coolest character, and at the time, he was my favorite anime character. Question 74. What is more emotional, Jiraiya's death or Itachi's death? More emotional? It was Jiraiya's death. Because when Itachi initially died, we didn't really know the secret behind his character. And so I feel like a lot of people weren't drastically impacted by it until after the fact. You know what I mean? Question, 75? Would you rather have Ace's death and be called Otaku Donuts or drown? Wait. Oh. So basically what you're asking, if I were to pass away, would I rather die the way Itachi died or Ace died, or would I rather drown? Probably the way Ace did, just because it would probably be quicker. Drowning is not a great way to go out. It takes a little bit to drown, and so I imagine it's not as pleasant. Silver, what's good, fam? What's good? Question 76. Do you play Roblox? Guess who asked that? Unfortunately, nephew, I don't. Unfortunately, Andrew, I do not play Roblox. Question 77. Favorite JJK character from Kyoto High School? Probably Toto. Probably Toto. Question 77, I think. Vegito or Gogeta? Probably Vegito. Just because he's cockier, so he's more entertaining. Question 78, right? Question 78, can Shanks defeat Blackbeard? I'm gonna be willing to bet no. Unfortunately, I think in a straight up one-on-one fight, I think yes. But I think in the end, and this is not a spoiler, or obviously this is my own personal headcanon, because obviously it hasn't happened yet. I personally think Blackbeard is going to kill Shanks. Because there is the whole thing that they seem to have a fated fight that's going to eventually happen. And obviously there's also the canon lore that Luffy is supposed to give Shanks his hat back when Luffy becomes a great pirate. And I think on his deathbed, Shanks is going to end up dying in front of Luffy due to a fight with Blackbeard. And I think Shanks is going to permanently give Luffy the Straw Hat. Question 78, I think. What milestone do you want your channel to reach? My unrealistic goal is I want to be the most subscribed anime channel on YouTube, which is probably unrealistic because the most subscribed currently is King Chris, right? I believe he is, and he's got like 6.6 million subscribers. So that's what I'm aiming for. Realistically speaking, I want to reach 1 million subscribers. Question 79. Why do you post 24/7? Because money. And because I want to grow my channel. That's why. Because this is my job, so I have to make a living. That's why. Question 80, right? Question 80. God D Usopp versus Buggy D Clown. I gotta give it to Buggy D Clown. I was still standing by this. Buggy is going to find the One Piece before everyone else. Because I think in reality, I will stand to my grave on this. Buggy's devil fruit is not what we think it is. Just as how Luffy's devil fruit is not what we thought it was. I think Buggy's real devil fruit is going to be something called like the Luck fruit, because he is the luckiest character in all of One Piece. He somehow magically ends up in these positions of great power on accident, which also falls into the same exact scenario as to why he's able to dodge or split his body apart and dodge blades and things like that that would normally kill a person. He's just lucky like that. And so I think, in reality, his real devil fruit power is that he's extremely lucky. And so I think he's luckily going to stumble upon the One Piece first. Question. Question. Where am I at? 81? Question 81. What do you think gonna happen in the season 3 of Tokyo Revengers? Couldn't answer that because I'm not caught up with Tokyo Revengers, unfortunately. Question 82. Why should I watch Dragon Ball? It's boring, not rude. Because it's not boring, 1. 2, it is the precursor to literally every shonen anime you have ever watched. And even anime outside of shonen. So it is literally the reason probably your favorite anime exists is because of Dragon Ball. Question 83. If a Gear 6 were to exist, what would be double the power of Gear 5 with new techniques? Could it defeat Goku? I stand by that Goku and Luffy would not beat each other at all, because it's kind of funny, because I think that I've even posted a meme on this many times, and it's the fact that Gear 5 Luffy wouldn't be able to hit Goku because of Ultra Instinct, and Ultra Instinct Goku wouldn't be able to hit Gear 5 Luffy because that's just the nature of Gear 5 Luffy, is that he basically can't get hit. Everything bounces off of him. So it would literally just be a standstill. What would Gear 6 do? Nothing. I don't know. He turns into a full Tom and Jerry character? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how you can get past being a cartoon character, honestly. That's pretty overpowered. Where'd that go? My bad. Irvakish Mishra. I'm massively butchering that, but what's good, fam? How are you doing today? Question 84. Is Kusakabe the strongest one because he's the only one available, or is he the only one available because he is the strongest? They're saying that he's the strongest grade 1 sorcerer. With that being said, he's still weaker than most. Like he's weaker than Gojo. Obviously, he's weaker than Kashimo. He's weaker than Yuta because they're special grade. So he's the strongest of the grade 1 sorcerers. So he's stronger than like Nanami. But yeah. Question 85. Ultra Instinct Goku or Ultra Ego Vegeta? I still think, personally, Ultra Instinct Goku is stronger, because I feel like Ultra Ego Vegeta has a massive drawback in the sense that he has to take damage to get stronger. It fits into his character, but I feel like that's also a drawback. Question 86. I think if Shanks were to die in front of Luffy, I think Luffy will put his hat on Shanks and walks behind in sadness. I mean, possibly. He's either going to do that, or his dying words are going to be to give Luffy the Straw Hat permanently. I'm gonna get back to watching One Piece. I gotta go. Bye. I appreciate you, Anime Addicts era. What's up, Shadow Moha? What's good, fam? Question 87. How many gears is Luffy going to get? I think Gear 5 is the last gear he's going to get, honestly. Question 88. When is One Piece going to end? Supposedly in the next 5 years, but I say within the next 10 years. Because Oda has been saying the next 5 years for the past, 20 years. So, One Piece was not supposed to end this long. In reality, I think it's even said in an interview, initially One Piece was supposed to end after Alabasta. So, yeah, we'll see. I say within the next 10 years. Question 88. Before we get GTA 6, obviously. Fair. Gear 6, and that's all. Gear 6 will be his god gear. Usopp will be mad. Question 89. Is Shanks evil and with Emu? I don't think Shanks is evil, but I don't think he's necessarily as great as I think he's neutral. He seems to be very, very neutral. I feel like he's not on anyone's side. I feel like obviously he leans more towards people like Roger, like Luffy. And I don't think he's necessarily on the world government side either. I think he's very, very neutral. Hence why he stopped the Marine for war. Hence why he's very, very uninvolved in most things. I think he's very, very much against Blackbeard, who is planning to basically take over the world. And which is why I also think he is a world noble or a celestial dragon, and that's why he got an audience with the Gorosei. But I don't think he's necessarily on their side either. I think when he went to the Gorosei, he wanted to talk to them about Blackbeard. Because his main priority, I feel like, has always been that he wants to take down Blackbeard. Even ever since they were little. And obviously he's not on the world government side because of the fact that he stole the Nika fruit from the world government, because it was on a world government ship, and he clearly seemed to know what it was and stole it from them. Question 90. Question 90, where are we at? Shichiran, I think hope I pronounced that correctly. What's good, fam? Question 90, have you watched Black Clover? Yes, I have watched all of the anime of Black Clover. I'm not caught up with the manga, but I have watched all of the anime. Question 91, is Zoro the R word? I personally don't think so. It is a meme, but in reality, no. Question 92. Question 92. How is FMA grade scaling done? Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I honestly couldn't answer that question, especially because I haven't watched FMA in a very long time. I watched FMA, at least 11 years ago now. It's probably longer than that. It's like 12 years ago now that I watched FMA. So it's been a while, so I don't really remember. Question 93. Who would win, All Might or Might Guy? Probably Might Guy. Question 94. What are your thoughts on Yuji punching Sukuna in the face and saying, I was the Kaisen all along? I don't remember him saying that, and maybe I'm misremembering. But, yeah. I don't know how to answer that. Question... Where am I at? Question 95, right? Question 95, how many questions done? Questions for the chat. I've done 95 questions so far. As of answering that. But I'm not going to count that as a question. So question 95, Which chapter are you on for fun? Wait, which chapter am I on for fun? Oh, yeah, oh, you meant for Black Clover. Yeah, I have not read the manga, unfortunately. When the anime comes back, I probably will catch up with the manga, just so I can make memes about it, but yeah. Question 96. I'm on the Shibuya arc, and I'm done with JJK, because I know it gets worse from here. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be done with it. I think I will always stand by JJK is the best new gen anime / manga, in my opinion. So I wouldn't be done with JJK. I definitely would continue with it. Question 96, Itachi or Obito? Who do I like more? Itachi. Question 97, RIP to Akira Toriyama, of course. RIP to the GOAT, the greatest mangaka of all time. Rest in peace. He literally changed my life and the lives of millions all across the world, and we will continue to carry on his legacy. Question 97, favorite JJK character? Gojo. Question 98, opinion Black Clover is the best new gen. Hot take. I haven't read the manga, so I can't answer that. Basing it off the anime, I would have to disagree. But I again have not read the manga, so I can't fully confirm or deny. Question 99. What about Might Guy wheelchair versus All Might retired? Versus All Might retired, so All Might that doesn't really have much powers anymore, still giving it to Might Guy. Because even in the wheelchair, Might Guy is still not to be trifled. I would stand by that. Even with Might Guy being in a wheelchair, he is still Jonin level. When he was fully outside of and fully fresh, I stand by Might Guy was obviously Otsutsuki level. Because with Gear 8, he was taking on, theoretically, because Madara was after absorbing the Ten Tails, he was an Otsutsuki effectively at that point. So even without it, I think he's at least average Jonin level. And then last question, question 100. Who's your favorite weakling in the Naruto series? Only Land of Waves arc? So basically, within like the first 10 episodes, who's my favorite weakling in the Naruto series? I'll give it to the bridge builder that refused to build the bridge for that mobster. He's theoretically a weakling, and I gotta give it to that homie, because my man stood his ground. He may have died for it, but he stood his ground, and that takes balls. So I'll give it to him. But on that one, that is it Tazuna? I thought Tazuna was the well, I mean, Tazuna's the grandfather. I'm talking about the middle guy, because there was the grandfather and the grandchild, and the one in the middle died. So I'm going with the guy in the middle, because my man stood his ground. He died for it, but it took balls. Tazuna would be next after that, because he also tried to refuse, and that takes balls. So yeah, I'm gonna have to end the stream there, though, guys. That is all 100 questions. I appreciate everyone that came through. Shouts out to everyone that come through, and shouts out to everyone watching the playback of this. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. You are the greatest anime fan base of all time. And if you want to extra support the channel, go check out all of my videos. Go binge watch all of my videos. Greatly supports me, greatly helps out. Even if you don't want to watch them, just throw them on in the background and go do something else. Put it on mute and just go have them on repeat in the background or something. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, if you want to catch the next stream is on Thursday. So 2 days from now. 2 days from now is the next stream. Another 100 questions. Actually, no. What am I saying? I completely forgot. Tomorrow is actually the next stream. Because again, like I said, spoiler alert. Tomorrow is the next stream. I will be saying One Piece 600 times. And 600 times in a row. And for every dollar donated in that live stream, I have to add an extra 100. So yeah. So next live stream is tomorrow, and the next Q&A live stream is on Thursday. So next the One Piece stream is tomorrow, and then the day after that is the next Q&A. So wait, Otaku, why does it say 1,000 questions instead of 100? So the reason it says that is it just compounds on itself, in the sense that every one of these streams I answer 100 questions, but this is the 10th episode of that series. So altogether, I have answered 1,000 questions. It's the same with my memes. So like, say for example, today I'm releasing 600 funny One Piece memes. And there isn't 600 memes exactly in that video. There's probably like 200 or something like that. But altogether, over the course of the entirety of my channel, I have released over 600 One Piece memes. Same with, like, another example, the 2,900 Naruto memes. Obviously, there aren't 2,900 Naruto memes in that video. There's probably like 300 or 400. But altogether, over the course of my entire channel, I have released over 2,900 Naruto memes. If you like combined all of my videos together, which you can't do for all of the Naruto memes, because that would be like a 15-hour video or something like that. But if you combined all of the Naruto meme videos, there would be over 2,900 Naruto memes. So that's why. So basically, it's like the 29th installment of the series, or the One Piece memes I released today. It's the 6th installment of the series. So that's why there is only 100 questions. But in total, I have answered over 1,000 questions, or I have answered 1,000 questions. But anyway, guys, again, like I said, I love y'all. I appreciate you all. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow on the next stream. Peace, and have a good day, guys.